All right, everybody, we are back live here at the Wine Cellars U.S. Open Snooker Open Championship of 2023, live at Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington. It's a great match here. We got Mink Nutcharut, number 2 ranked woman in the world, going against Seattle's own Marissa Du. David Burney is in the booth, along with Christian Youngers. We're going to get excited about this one. Mink has definitely got a great resume. She was world champ back in 2022. Last year, she teamed up with Neil Robertson to become the mixed doubles champion. And she is the first woman to ever have a 147. It's been recorded and verified, so quite a feat she has there. And Marissa Du, young, local, but definitely keen on the game. So she definitely knows that she's up against a tough opponent in the Thai player. But I think she's hopefully going to take a probably pretty good learning experience from this. So this is the first match for both these players, so maybe just a little filling it out here and there, you know. These balls are kind of opening up down in the business end of the table, as we like to call it. It's not a bad shot there by Marissa. She has left, looks like a long pot to the top left corner. We saw in our last match that the two Hong Kong players did not fear long pots. Let's see if Mink wants to start her campaign off with a bang, or maybe just nip off a red and come back into bulk. We appreciate everyone that's tuning in on the stream. Feel free to let us know where you're tuning in from. If you have any comments or questions. There's always some good chats out there, some good insight from all our fans.
Should be a good one, too. Marissa Du, upcoming player from Seattle. Let's go. Presenting Ox. She is one of our sponsored players. You didn't know.
Okay, so there's 2 Ox sponsored players, correct?
Mm-hmm. It's Marissa Du here. And then Daniel Sardencilio, local pool player, 22-year-old.
Unfortunately, Daniel cannot play in this tournament. But Bex Kenna actually can.
3
sponsor.
snooker.
Yeah.
3 sponsored. Sorry, Bex Kenna, our very own as well. How could I forget?
It is true, Mr. Brock, that having Mink and Anyi in this room at this tournament is a great thing. Great to have them over here on this side of the Atlantic. It's just, going to inspire. Being in here last night, a lot of the local players got to chat with those higher ranked players. So lots of smiles, lots of laughs last night. That's for sure. Everyone was really enjoying their time.
Well, looks like a first chance here for Mink. Good safeties back and forth. Made a mess of the reds a little bit, but chance is on. I think bottom red in this bunch also goes into the right corner pocket, so there's a few reds to play for maybe. It's pretty tricky.
Oh, she's
Legendary Swan Neck?
Yeah, that doesn't come out that much.
Wow.
Interesting that's a swan. Some people might say it looks like a slug a little bit.
Like a little bit like a snail coming out of its shell or whatever, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Well, she might need to get the extended spider, so she's running out of options underneath that table.
Yeah. Third choice?
Third time's a charm?
Guess so.
So referee Daly's going to have to take a good look at this, just make sure nothing touches any of those reds. So be patient, calm. Oh, very nice.
Wow. What a pot there.
Yeah, Mink's not one of the taller players on the circuit, so she really had to get up for that. But gotta like her style, because what I'm seeing, she's got a good sock game today, which I always appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Gotta show off yours later, huh?
That you can put on the webcam. Socks can go, but faces no.
Perfect. Speaking of webcam, David Burney, always dressed nicely.
Oh, you're looking good too, Christian.
Yeah, we gotta rock the Ox polo, you know? Nothing wrong with the good old game jersey. Excellent pot there below the black. Those are always a fun time.
16.
Yes, Mike, that is correct. Ox says welcome Judd Trump, Ricky Walden, Luca Bassell, Mink Nutcharut, and Onyi.
Bex Kenna, Jimmy Hunter. Some more coming down the pike as well, maybe. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. We definitely are approaching when we go over to Sheffield, talking to some more and more players, trying to get them over to North America.
17.
The real chances on now.
True, I think this red, the top of all those reds, is going to go into the top right, and a good angle to get back on the black, because there's 24 points there. There's 3 reds and 3 blacks have gone down. So let's just see what happens here. We're not going to talk about anything, really. We just got to watch.
You're afraid of it, aren't you? The commentator's curse. Oh.
25.
Never any fear.
Well, these ladies are tough. I don't want to be found in a back alley when they hear the repeat broadcast, and I started, cursing them on these great breaks. But this is...
They're going to get back at you at the karaoke booth. I feel like that's going to happen.
32.
Yeah, but I think all 3 of these are available into this this corner pocket. Let's just taking a look to see what else goes. But at some point, probably wants to put the pink back on its spot, I imagine, as well.
Should be all right for right now.
Yeah, I think she can go forward off of this. Play off 1 cushion for the black, I think. Oh, just missed it by a tad.
And the black was there. So
Yeah.
it was looking promising for that 147. I can say it now that we're all clear, but hey, I don't know about you at home, but we were kind of getting a little excited in the booth because we know Mink has done it before.
Mm-hmm.
But she's left a chance for Marissa now to get in. So let's see what Marissa can do with her chances.
I think I've noticed about Marissa's game, she has these 2 or 3 long practice strokes. And then pulls back, pause, fire. I think there she only had 2. Sometimes when she gets a little quick on her pre-shot routine, I feel like can cause her to miss some unlikely pots, but
It is tricky, obviously, if you play the game, you're a fan of the game, so you know what Mink can do. And when you draw her in your first match, it's going to be a little nerve-wracking. So I think Marissa's just got to focus and play her game.
yeah, the redwood is out. Mink showing her class so far. High break of 32. Pretty good to start this match. And now on another chance, I think. Both reds available on the bottom of this bunch. Maybe has to go into the pack 1 time, I imagine.
Sure, a little stun off this black for those 2 reds that you were talking about, Christian.
Excellent. Just didn't like that one on the stroke, but it looked good to me. I don't know.
8.
really building up a commanding lead in this first frame. Mink is up 41-0.
And this looks like a lineup drill in the making almost.
16.
Yeah, plays actually out of the high-end snooker club over there in Thailand. It was the venue for last year's Women's World Championship.
That's right. Who was it that won? We met her in Sheffield too. Winner of last year's World Championship. Name escapes me.
Yes, it's I do remember her name. It's another Thai player. Quite a long, kind of tongue twisting type name. Is not,
Yeah, bye.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, we go by. We'll just say bye. Let's stick to that.
True.
24.
Some of their official names are quite long, and where you're not used to them, they can kind of tongue twist you on the mic. But sometimes we have.
Oh, just caught that cushion on the way in, huh? Tough. Oh, bye was runner up.
Yes, David Brock, correct. Sarah Palm was the winner, so nice to see a new winner of the World Championship. Good restraint there by Marissa. Sometimes when you just look at the scoreboard and you're down 56, nothing early on, you kind of want to just get a red to get your arm going and get in the game. But sometimes you just got to focus, and if there's a much smarter and better safety shot to play, that is the shot to take on. Mink responded nicely by putting that cue ball tight to the ball top cushion.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for Marissa here. It's going to play this kind of a little dump shot, try to get this up close to that cushion. He's going to leave a pot on, though. And this does escape out for the blue or the green, maybe. Could go 2 cushions around, looks like. A little bit of low outside. Yep. Good attempt there. Just caught it a bit too thick to the pocket. I guess thinner side actually.
Now it's sports, and we know that anything can happen in sport, but obviously the bookies probably are banking on, you could maybe think a Mink and Anya final. And if we do get to that, I'm not predicting anything, but I'm predicting it'd be interesting to see about the long pots between those. As our last match, Anya was putting...
They were going in.
They were going in, and with Mink, she's just struggling a little bit. Yes, this is the first match that she's in, but it's going to be tough for anybody to reach the final here. There's some great competitors, so...
Yeah, Anya's over on the side, playing on the Chinese 8-ball table, playing with some snooker balls and practicing the stroke, it looks like. This game here to play, that's for sure.
Yeah, that shows me dedication by Anya. Reminds me of being at the Western Canadian Championships a few years ago, which Tom Finstead won, but he won a match. As soon as it was done, he was back on a practice table practicing away. Just one shot that he might have felt that he was a bit off in his previous match. So, as much as practice can get mundane sometimes, it's you got to do it to get the results. Big prediction here by Mike from Birmingham, thinking Mink, my apologies, will one day win the World Championship against some of her male counterparts.
Excellent split of the pack there. She's on this red to the left corner. Gonna play for 2 cushions, maybe play for black in the same pocket, maybe pink into the left middle. It's got a lot of options. Oh, I should play for blue. I guess the angle was a little bit higher.
Mink
Give
11.
a little tie dance to hope to put in that red, but yeah, with that red that she took on, she did at least have the options, which is always nice. You could either have black or pink.
A little bit short on that, but on the board.
Definitely good not to follow it in. It was a bit dicey there that she might have followed that in.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be pretty steep on this black, though. And quite the pot there for Marissa. Watch out, red. Nicely done. Just on this one into the left middle.
True. It's interesting, Marissa's body language. Sometimes she just walks around and just doesn't look like she's like, whatever. I don't really care that much. I'm just going to go out and do some things.
Very casual player, you would say, right?
But this is nice to see. Hopefully maybe she can string something together here. She's got a red and a black, so at least she's potted a ball in the match. You know, she's feeling all right.
Yeah, this red doesn't pass the black into the left corner, I think. She's going to take this thin cut on. It's a little bit tough with this hampered queuing. Oh,
That was
just
the part, yeah.
might have just swerved away from it.
Yeah, so thin, you know. It's a tough shot for anyone, expect the older timers. But young Marissa, she's got a good set of eyes there, but still very, very thin and very tricky. And it's Mink giving it a go.
I think so. I think on this side it plays a little bit easier. Into the middle, yeah.
I wonder if it just favored one side of the middle pocket. It was looking pretty straight in line, say, with that middle pocket. Didn't know if there was angle, but maybe, yeah, coming from the bulk end, as you alluded to, Christian, that it was just favored a bit, so you can just be a little fraction of a bit more thicker.
Pinch the pocket, as the Brits would say. It's going down in the corner now. Look at this pot. Wow,
Very nice.
absolute class.
So Mink with a commanding lead here, 75-8 in this first frame. They're playing all three frames in these round robin matches, as every frame will count. The top two players of each group will move on to the quarterfinals, the knockout phase. You can find all the scores and updates at snookerscores.net. Just search out the U.S. Open, because you're here at Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington. It's the winesellers.com U.S. Women's Snooker Open Championship of 2023, the second year that we've been here, and it just keeps getting more and more exciting with each year. So we're glad you're tuning in.
Shout out to Wine Cellars, Jason Miller. Check him out at winesellers.com. Yeah, stock game is strong in this one. That's for sure.
18.
On a break of 18, and I think this is going to be end of frame because in the group stage they are playing a bit of an abbreviated match format. I think if you get 2 to 3 snookers required in the match, something like that, it will end early, from what I remember.
With the 8 snookers required, that's quite a feat. So Marissa concedes there, and Mink takes this first frame. But we'll stand by, and we'll be right back with frame 2 action. And we're back here with frame 2 with Mink Nutcharut ready to break off. Almost went in off on the break shot. But fortunate enough, she's come back safely into the bulk area. Left a long red on there for Marissa. She tempted Marissa into taking something. Now that is going to be where enough if she goes to the left side of that red. Oh, yep. It's the one thing that there was the danger with that shot. Obviously, kind of glancing off the cluster of reds on the right side. She did have to contend with a few reds over there that she might have cannoned into, so. It's still early. Lots of points on the table, so that 4 points shouldn't be too much of a problem for Marissa. Although we definitely know that Mink probably is the stronger of the two, but Marissa is definitely getting a lot of great support here in the chat room. It reminds me of when the great Stephen Hendry was up and coming in the snooker scene. At one point, Steve Davis was going to go up, play an exhibition with this young Stephen Hendry. And Ian Doyle, I believe, Stephen Hendry's manager at the time, told Steve Davis just to thrash the kid, just destroy him. And sure enough, Steve Davis won 10-1, 10-2, 10-0 in this match. And she hit it. Just barely she hit it there. But so Steve Davis really destroyed Stephen Hendry there. And it was a foul. And now we know what Stephen Hendry has done. Won 7 world championships and just been probably one of the greatest players ever. So as much as we don't like to lose, hopefully Marissa will learn lots. That was a great long pot there by Mink. A tricky pink into the side. I'd be sure of that because she's going to be opening up some reds. Nice pot there by Marissa. Just kind of a little bit, I wanted to pull up a little bit more to be on the good side of the blue.
Yeah.
Got an angle on the green to come up and down table. That's correct. Gentlemen in the chat room, Stephen Hendry is doing great work with his Q-Tips channel. It's kind of amazing to see a little bit because anyone that's followed the sport for a long time know that Stephen was quite a quiet person. Didn't really mix, just kind of focus on the task at hand. But he's becoming quite warmed up to the camera, does a great job.
It's also fun seeing kind of the behind the scenes with the other players on the tour, etc. It's been fun to watch.
True, as someone that really doesn't know the game of snooker, if you turn it on, someone that doesn't know much might be like, why am I watching two waiters play this billiard game? But when they're kind of, away from the table, they can loosen up and, you can see that they're just human beings like all the rest of us.
Yeah, definitely.
But just with a great ability to play this very tricky game. Some of these players, when you look at it, just make it look real easy, but believe me, it is not. Just try putting your hand on one of these tables. It's larger than a Yale Town apartment. It's 6 feet by 12 feet. And it's a little miss there by Marissa.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I think all these reds do go into this left corner, from what I can tell.
And this year we have the annual trophy, actually one that is going to be sticking around at Ox for many years to come.
Oh yeah, it's in the right corner right there, right on that little table.
It is in the room, so the winner will get their name put on that trophy. They'll obviously take a little trophy replica when they go home. But Good shot of the room, and there we go. As Christian is also directing the video how it goes. Obviously, it's not an outlet they're winning for. It's just that trophy right there. He's a master of many things. So as you can see, Jamie Hunter is there, right front and center, because she won it last year. But who will be joining her this year? Only time will tell.
6.
So, there she is. Who's going to put their hands on that come Sunday night?
Yeah, there's the trophy right there. Looks nice, though. Jimmy Hunter with the first name on it, 2022. And I think each little spot on it's going to be the next plaque going around in a circle, most likely.
Yeah, on the top, and then the next layer, and then I think the third layer will be able to fit 2 of those lovely crowns. So I think we're good for about 40 years.
All right, sounds good.
So I might be a senior citizen when that happens, but Christian will be able to drive when that happens.
12.
Might be the case.
Yes, and yes, Chuck, thank you very much. I was very fortunate enough to get on a little global discussion over in Sheffield this past World Championships, as they had some of the Belgian broadcasters there, obviously, to follow Luca, and then a Chinese reporter, and I was over there taking photos. And the good Sam Fletcher one said, well, we have David as well from Canada, as much as we don't have a player in the tournament from Canada, but maybe he can offer some insight of what's going on in the other side of the Atlantic. And I was happy to be on that panel. And yeah, hopefully I did North America right and didn't make any too much flubs and over that on that little, I think it was a 10-minute interview. So.
Oh, excellent pot there. Awfully tough when it's that close to the
20.
top cushion. Did well to miss. Mink showing her class. Probably going to make quick work of these reds. I think they're all open, it seems like.
Yeah, blue's on the spot, so it's a good safety net, as you can see there. She's coming back for that. Because kind of pink is out of commission, so it could be a black and blue kind of break coming up here for Mink.
Yeah, she doesn't really have to do any more cannons, it seems.
And just sort of talking about great players, obviously. Some people were very fortunate enough to see the 2023 World Champion Luca Bracel do an exhibition here. You know what was really fascinating? His Q&A afterwards, because there's been a lot of talk. Obviously, he made public, obviously, that he was enjoying maybe a little bit of partying and not really practicing during the World Championship. And made a good point. Sometimes, players, when they go to the World Championship, they pretty much have the game. They're not going to find their game there. But it's interesting how he alluded to when he was young and starting out the game, he would be practicing for 12 hours a day. So he really did put the time in, and I think he came with the right attitude, and it shows he won it. He was just kind of feeling relaxed.
Yeah, he said back in the day, I guess, right when he was kind of coming up is when he was learning the game and getting his grounding for it. Now he says he only plays like a couple hours or so a day at most, something like that. It's pretty surprising, but he's kind of that style of, the Messi, Ronaldo discussion. He's like the kind of naturally talented type player who maybe doesn't have to put as much effort to get to the same level. But when they do put in the effort, you can obviously see above and beyond how he can perform.
Yeah, and starting so young, like it's just, the muscle memory is there. It's ingrained. Like Anyi, who we saw in last match, her father was an owner of a snooker room back in Hong Kong, so she started playing when she was 13.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Luca started playing when he was 9. I think Stephen Hendry started playing late when he was 13.
42.
So
Yeah, 13 is late, I guess.
But it's nice to see the great class of 92, the John Higgins, Ronnie O'Sullivan, and Mark Williams, they're definitely showing that it's not a young person's game. It's not like tennis. You know, it's good. Obviously, the eyes are going to start to go as you get older, but you know, Ronnie's still winning things. So is John and Mark. So, and definitely, I think Fred Davis famously made the semifinals of the World Championships when he was in his 70s, I believe, way back. So,
Looks like she's going to play for this rightmost red. Get it out of the way earlier. Don't know if the two reds on the left part of the table block each other into the left corner. Might make things more difficult. But this might be the high break of the tournament so far. She's on 50, 51 now. At least highest break so far from what we've seen on the TV table. I think Anyi had something around 40 from what I remember in the first match. At least high 30s. Don't remember exactly, but
all those stats are up there on snookerscores.net.
and there is a high break prize, right? $500 high break prize.
I believe so.
58.
Single might actually be perfect if she wants to cannon into these reds. Don't think she'll go for it. She'll probably just stun over for the black and then maybe play behind, dropping behind them to the right corner pocket if they don't pass each other. Ah, the classic. She made the right call. Got the extension out. So often you see players stretch out on these tables, not used to it, and take the pot for granted, but
Yeah, using that little mini butt to help her
excellent pot.
put that red in. Yeah, all the players now definitely have all the extensions that they need to reach every angle of these very large 6x12 tables. Even the great, actually, Fern Loyer from Canada travels around with his own rest.
Oh, wow. So based on this shot, it looks like the reds do pass into the left corner pocket. So a real chance for Mink here to get a nice high break.
66.
True.
Tough red, though, is going to be on the bottom part of the table. I guess top cushion. Yeah, excellent cueing.
Definitely, yeah. Just the head is so solid, just so smooth.
Like you said, she has a nice long pause at the back, forcing that smooth transition. Impressive to watch. Hesperus Rex saying, lovely to see the tournament back. He's watching from Eastbourne in the UK. We're up to 135 viewers across YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Share the live stream out, like and subscribe.
True.
Mink is on a high break right here. Uh-oh, she's fallen a little bit far on this red. Yeah, shake of the head. It's on a break of 74. So a big pot here. She can manage to get on a color. Imagine there's a big chance for this entry.
Just run through, get past that black.
Oh, just caught it too thick.
I think that's going to be a concession there with 83-1. It's definitely an uphill battle for Marissa, so she concedes. So Mink Nutcharut has 2 frames to the good here. Would really like to take a 3-0 victory, but Marissa's going to fight hard, try to get at least 1 frame to the good on the board for her. And we'll stand by for frame 3 to come up as Dave Daly racks up the balls. And we're back here with frame 3, the final frame of this match in a round-robin match with Marissa Dew breaking off, going against the number 2 seed in the world on the women's side, Mink Nutcharut. She's also seeded 100 on the Pro Tour, so she does have her card there. Great long pot to get things started, and Mink's definitely a young woman in this game, and the future definitely looks bright for her.
Yeah, what a long pot there. Don't doubt we're going to see Mink go pretty deep in this tournament, as she probably usually does on the women's tour.
It's also interesting, very exciting as some of the ladies have warmed up to Canada's Marianne McConnell because she was the 1984 runner-up in the World Championship against Mandy Fisher, who's the president of
wow.
World Women's Snooker. So it's kind of nice to see. I know like Tessa Davison has come back after a long pause.
That's right. Yeah, we saw her in the Sheffield as well.
Mary Talbot Deegan, who was here last year.
Wow, what a
Mary, if you're listening, we're missing you. You and Emma, pretty much the Betty and Veronica maybe of the women's scene. Those two like to travel together, have fun together, but we miss you too. Hopefully you're doing all right, and maybe you can make it back to the U.S. for next year's tournament.
Wow. Look at this split here.
Just unfortunate the black doesn't go to the top right, but I think that red that's not right behind the pink, the other one behind there, should go into the top left, and she runs through that, she'll be on the pink. So another good opportunity for a big contribution here for Mink.
Doesn't want to nudge this red though too much. She might run through and knock, kind of knock the red up towards the pink, wants it to pop out so the pink is still available. The problem is it might actually block the spot for the pink.
Good eye, Christian. I think that's what Mink is noticing there as well, just with the angle of that red that I was alluding to. Just with the natural angle, it's going to push into that red and spoil the pink. So.
Yeah. Would have had to maybe put more pace into it to avoid that, and I might have messed with the pot, controlling the cue ball. So just got to swing it around on this one.
Yeah, hold on to your seats, everybody. This is going to get exciting.
Probably between brown and pink, yellow, brown and yellow around the two rails. Oh, between brown and green. Try to check it. Oh, no fear. Have no fear. There's a red on.
Yeah. A long red, but definitely didn't want to cannon into that green. But break continues.
Oh, Nicole D in the chat saying stream looks good. Thanks. Rooting for the NWPA ladies. Go Marianne McConnell. NWPA, the Northwest Women's Pool Association, has their tour here in the Northwest, Oregon, Washington venues. Pretty cool. We hosted it last year. Oh, look at the speed here. Wow, what a pot.
Yeah, you gotta have all the shots to be here. You can have the power shots, but you also need the delicate, fine, sweet shots. So Mink's got it all in her arsenal.
Wants to cannon this red, you think? Nope, just going to play around it. Excellent speed.
Beautiful.
Perfect angle to come back for the black again, and then opens up the pocket to the right corner. This could be a big break on. It's going to have a choice of reds here.
Yeah, I'm playing for the red closest to the black.
Excellent control, yeah. Wow.
Cut into that nicely. That just zipped back and around.
I think she wanted maybe another inch or so out of it, but still pretty good position.
Yeah, no outlandish, wild shots here. She's just keeping it small, compact, controlling that cue ball beautifully. Probably going to take this red that's near the cue ball right now.
It's going to be a good screw shot.
Drew back a bit more for the top red. So
Yeah, that looks
42.
it's pretty straight on it. It's going to roll forward. Might be tempted to run in a little cannon into the pack. What do you think? Just catch the bottom red slightly if she needs to open them up eventually still. So
yeah, tricky to see from this angle. And I think, that would be the shot there. If she can do that, run, as you say, clip just to open up those reds and then be onto the black into the opposite top corner pocket.
oof, that was close. Yeah, I think she was going for it. She kind of pinched the pocket toward that direction a little bit.
The important thing, she did make the pockets and is on the
Yeah.
black. So
It's very close.
just
Still has an opportunity to break them out later because either of these reds that are just below the pink go into the middle. I'm pretty sure, or one goes in the middle, one goes to the left corner, something like that. Maybe just be playing, clear a few of these up first, and then maybe deal with it.
50.
On a break of 50, so far a high break of 74. Might have a chance to break it here. It's gonna all depend on this cannon. Looks like she's gonna play the cannon into the pack after the black here. Just play a little below it and flick off a few of the reds.
yeah, good angle to go into them.
Now, which red do you try to cannon into is the question. Kind of like cannoning into the leftmost red. And you'll probably have something on into the right corner.
Of like those bottom two you're seeing, like just the left
Yeah.
side. Yeah, I kind of like that too. It's just gonna force kind of like open up like a flower. Hopefully, we should say.
If you also end up aiming and hitting the
It doesn't need to be a hard, quick like breakout. She just needs to delicately open them up. Well, she's opening up for that red on the bottom.
58.
That is true, Raymond. I think Mink can be, maybe the next 10-time world champion. But I think in this game, the standard's getting higher and higher because there's just getting more and more exposure.
oh wow.
59.
Does she have it? Oh, she's got an angle on that blue, unfortunately.
Might have to send it with the green around the rails. Maybe you can also check it one rail with some left hand side. I was playing the brown forward, 2 cushions maybe. A lot of options. It's probably the safest bet because you have a lot of table to play with on the left part.
Ooh.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And yeah, like with that green and blue, they're kind of going almost blind pocket where, she can see the brown into the pocket.
Yeah.
But
It's trickier though too because you have to come in and out of bulk and you might run into the yellow or something like that. Can always get kind of messy.
strong 59 break. Now Marissa might take this red of the 3 in a row, try and take it into the top left and kind of run around the table, a little shot to nothing. Get away from that red. Ooh, just unfortunately cannon into that brown. But she's left Mink a little tight to that cushion. Wow, this is wonderful.
This makes it look easy, huh?
She does. But maybe that's what we need. We need people to make it look easy because then everyone will go and pick up a cue, and then they'll be like, "Wait a minute, it's not that hard." But I think it's one of those games like golf. You're always challenging yourself to be better. There's always that one shot that you could make better, and that just keeps bringing you back. So I think once snooker, puts its tentacles into you, it doesn't let you go.
That's for sure. Perfect on the pink here. It's going to clear up these 2 reds on the right. And interested to see how she's going to address the red on the left long rail. Oh, did she block up the pink there? Might have to spot up by the blue.
Could be blue spot. Referee Daly taking a look. Oh, no, it does go.
He's checking it. I don't think it does.
50.
Oh, it does.
Gotta have nerves of steel to be a referee when you're respotting those balls.
Have no fear.
60.
Don't fear the Daly.
We'll have to tell him about that one next time I like it. Don't fear the daily.
So this one's getting close to the conclusion of this match. Just to let you know, our next match on the TV table will be the inaugural U.S. Open champion Jamie Hunter battling it out against Seattle's own Jocelyn Liu, and that will be going down at 2:30 Pacific Daylight Time. So definitely, and there's a concession there. There's handshakes there. Great match there by Mink. Marissa, don't beat yourself up too much. You're playing a world-class opponent there, so I hope you learned a lot. Always great to see Marissa coming back to the table and fighting hard. So we're going to take a little bit of a break. It's about 1:30 on the West Coast now. Come back at 2:30 to watch the defending champion, Jamie Hunter, trying to get that championship for a second time.